So lastly, before we start practicing, I just want to mention the importance about creating the habit for rest. And so as I mentioned earlier, the more we can create these grooves in our brain of like, we have this rest practice, the easier it becomes to turn on your relaxation response. And that then will bring about all those health benefits you've heard about with resting, and turning up the parasympathetic nervous system. So my suggestion for creating a habit, start small. We always, let me speak for myself. I always tend to get really excited about a new habit, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do this 60-minute practice every single day and blah, 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 blah. I make these ideas of habits, these goals that then are too big. They're too big not to fail. And so I encourage you, what about that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe one shape, maybe you choose one shape and do it. I encourage you to do your rest practice at the same time every day. For me, it's an afternoon rest. And like I said, I started this when I was still working full time, and I would do it on my lunch break. So you can work a rest practice in. Some people like to do some sort of rest practice between work and home, before dinner, after you get off work, but before you have dinner, kind of as a transition between the work day and the rest of your day. Especially, I think this is sweet if you work from home and you could use some sort of bookend to be like, okay, the work day's over. Certainly people like to do a rest practice at night before bed. So especially if you have issues with sleeping, difficulty sleeping, insomnia, it can be nice to set those devices aside and take 5 to 10 minutes to come into a restorative shape or listen to a guided meditation, anything like that. And all of that counts for rest. So yes, picking a time of day, picking a short length that you're going to go for. Like I said, maybe it's a single pose. Maybe it's a guided meditation you'll listen to over and over again, a breath practice. And the other thing I love to do is pick a song. So if you're practicing on your own and you've put your device to the side, it might be good to pick a song, a 5, 7, 8-minute song, and then you play the song, and when the song ends, you've practiced for that amount of time. You could always stay longer if you want, but anything to not have to look at the phone and check the time or looking at a clock even. So let's get started with some practices.